Yo guys, I hope you're doing super well. In this video, what I want to cover is kind of something, first of all, that I've not seen a lot of people cover at all, and that's, as you can tell by the title, of course, that's how to keep your social media marketing clients, no matter what niche they're in, how to keep them for a long period of time. You know, how to not only keep them for a long period of time, but also how you in yourself can be so confident for your own agency and, you know, the cash flow of your business and all that kind of stuff. How you can be so confident that when you sign on a client, you know that they're gonna stay with you for the next 6, 9, 12, 18 months, whatever it is, as opposed to signing on a client, doing the first month. Obviously, if you do three month minimums, then doing the first 3 months in that case, and then you kind of know in the back of your mind that they're gonna leave because you know you can't produce results. And then, you know, the confidence of your own agency and then your sales ability, and it all kind of ties in together. So I wanna cover how to ensure that you can keep your clients on for, like I say, 6, 12, 9, 18 months, whatever. 6, 12, 9, 18 months, whatever it is, right? 6, 9, 12, 18 months, however long. And obviously this has massive impacts on all aspects of the business for yourself, like the average lifetime value of a customer for yourself, of a client for yourself, is gonna skyrocket. Essentially the amount of money that you're gonna make is also going to skyrocket. The cash flow of your business, everything's gonna skyrocket if you can focus on keeping, you know, if you can focus on retaining your clients for a long period of time. As always guys, if you do enjoy the video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm posting every other day on the channel. Social media marketing content, e-commerce content, and all that good stuff. Look, let's dive straight into it. Just before we do, I just want to apologize for my nasally voice. I do have a cold at the moment, so if it's annoying you, I am very sorry. It's annoying me as well. But look, let's jump right into it. So the first and probably the most obvious point in terms of retaining your clients for a long period of time is delivering results, okay? So I know it sounds very obvious. It's like, of course, they're gonna stay with me if I can deliver results, but that's the problem, right? And I understand that, but delivering results is the single-handedly the most important thing in terms of retaining your clients for a long time. Obviously, it makes complete sense if you're charging your client $3,000 a month, and then say, for example, 1,500 ad spend, easy numbers, right? 3,000 a month, 1,500 ad spend, 4,500 a month is going out of their pocket, right? If you're charging them that, right, and then you're in the e-com niche, which you 100% should be, by the way, guys. If you're in the e-com niche, you can easily bring them in 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000 a month return on ad spend, ROAS, right? You can easily do that. So if, for example, maybe your first month they do 1,500 ad spend, then they obviously want to increase the ad spend as they see more results. But if they're paying you 3,000 a month, but you're bringing them in 20, 25, 30, 50,000 a month, I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep paying you that 3,000 a month, right? So that's kind of where the most important kind of aspect lies, is just in delivering results. And once again, there's so many ways to get around delivering results. Obviously, you can learn it yourself. There's hundreds of courses out there on Facebook ads and how to deliver results and whatnot. Take them, self-education. As you guys know, I'm a big believer in self-education. So take those courses. Make sure you train yourself on how to get really good at it. That said, if you don't want to do that and deliver the results yourself, outsource. If you're in the e-com niche especially, there is so many e-com contractors out there. Just outsource, bring a contractor onto your team. Obviously, you're gonna be taking less off your bottom line each month in terms of profit. You know, you're not gonna make as much profit. That said, obviously the title of this video is how to retain your clients for a longer period of time. So yeah, granted, you might be taking, per month, you might be taking a little bit less off your bottom line. So obviously bottom line is profit. So yeah, like I say, from face value, it looks like you're actually losing money because you might be at, say, 15,000 a month, and then you've got, I don't know, for easy numbers, you've got 5 clients, you pay your contractor 1,000 each client. That's 5,000 a month that you don't get. It goes into the contractor's pocket. So really, instead of 15,000 you're making per month, you're only making 10,000. That said, once again, going back to the title of this video is how to retain your clients for a long period of time. You're gonna have those clients for much longer than you would if you did it yourself. So for example, if you do 3 month minimums, you might be making 15,000 a month, right? But I can guarantee if you're not delivering results, your clients are gonna leave you. So as I say, you might be making 15,000 a month, but if you get 3-month minimums and you're not delivering any results, they're only gonna stay with you for 3 months. I can guarantee it. So as I say, you might be making 15,000 a month. Obviously, over the course of 3 months, that's 45,000 that you're gonna net. And I mean, it sounds so good. That said, if you get a contractor on board and you're paying them 5,000, so then you're only making 10,000 a month, but that contractor is actually generating them results, then they're gonna stay with you for a lot longer. So you're gonna make much more money. Say if each client then stays with you for 12 months, right? For easy numbers, once again, instead of you making 45,000, trying to squeeze out as much profit as you can, you know, you've then gone and outsourced and only made 10,000 a month. If they stay with you for 12 months, which is very, very likely if you're delivering results, you're gonna make $120,000 net. When I explain it like that, you can see that from face value, it does look like you're losing money when you bring a contractor on board, but they're gonna stay with you so much longer and you're gonna end up making so much more money by ensuring that you retain those clients as much as you can. And obviously, as I say, the number one way to do that is by delivering results by any means that you can, whether, as I say, you're doing it yourself or you get a contractor on board. Delivering results is the number one way to retain your social media marketing clients. The second really important way that often gets overlooked by a lot of people is having a good client experience. So if you have a really good client experience, you know, you've got a good process, so from the very first initial point of contact that either you make or maybe they come through your Facebook ads or whatever, that initial point of contact, from that point up until the last point of contact that you have with the client, you need to have the best client experience, because as I say, if you have a really good client experience, then your client won't want to leave you and go to another agency or go to another company or whatever. They won't want to because they really like you. And once again, this point coupled with the first point in terms of delivering results, if you have an amazing results driven agency and you have an amazing client experience, I can guarantee you that your clients are gonna stay with you for a year, probably even 2 years plus, right? Because there's no logical reason why they should leave you and go with another agency. And I know these concepts sound very obvious, and I'm sure you're like, yeah, I already know that, but how do you actually do that? So here's a few little things that you can do in terms of having an amazing client experience. So the first one is having an amazing onboarding process. So it's not back and forth, it's not constant back and forth emails and all this kind of stuff. It's just one thing that you send over and they go through it themselves and you've got a good onboarding process. Obviously that's the first thing that they do with your agency. So if that's terrible, then it automatically puts them in that mindset of you not really being, you not having a good client experience. That said, if your onboarding process is killer, it's on point, everything's perfect, then obviously that then sets them in the mind frame of these guys at whoever agency is really good. Another super important kind of thing that you need to know when it comes to having a good client experience, and this one I can guarantee you not many people do at all, is it's got to do with contractors. So if you have a contractor on board, a lot of people have that mindset of, okay, I've got a contractor on board, I can push all the work to him, which is what you should be doing, but a lot of people go, okay, I can push all the work to him or her, now I can forget about it. Now I can move on and do this other stuff. And that is the concept that a contractor has, you know, you can do that and then you can focus on the IPAs of the business, you know, the income producing activities of the business, and you can do all this other stuff. That said, you do need to still check up with those clients. You do need to still have some good touch points. You know, it's funny, I was actually speaking to a super successful business owner based here in Perth a few weeks back. You know, he's not in our industry. He actually has a super successful chain of restaurants. Now, if you're based in Perth, you might know the restaurant chain Varsity Bar. So the owner of that company, I was talking to him, and you know, he was mentioning that those touch points are so important, because obviously he has service providers for his own, you know, the chain of restaurants that he's got. He has service providers for them, and he literally said to me, the service providers that he personally likes himself, he doesn't even really deal with them. Obviously he's got people under him that do it, but the service providers that he personally likes is the ones that keep touch points with his management. And it's so easy for you to do that. So this is something that I'm massively implementing now as well. I've always kind of done it, but I've made sure that I've put more of an emphasis on it in my own agency, and it's something that I really recommend that you guys do as well. Simple touch points, just messaging them on whatever channel it is. Often it's Slack. Just message them and just see how they're going, how everything's going in terms of their personal life, and also just check up. Say if you got your contract is called Adam, for example, just say, how's everything going with Adam? I know I can see he's bringing you some really good results. That said, is you know, logistically, is it working out for you guys? How's everything going? Something like that every month, or maybe every you know, bi-weekly, whatever it is. That will just position your client experience so much higher than anybody else, like your competition. So as I say, guys, you know, I know these points were quite basic, quite obvious in a way, but it's something that not a lot of people implement, and if you start to implement it, I can guarantee that it's going to skyrocket your agency and put you far apart from your competition. And as I say, it's, you know, those first 2 points coupled together, it's just going to massively increase the retention rate of your social media marketing clients, and obviously that will then directly correlate to how much money you make, the amount of cash flow that you have per month, how successful your business is overall. Guys, I hope this was a good eye-opener to some of the things that can really boost your agency that I know not a lot of people talk about. And once again, guys, if you did enjoy the video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.